All of you, welcome back to course database management system. In today's video we are going to discuss very important concept in a database called as a normalization. In the previous video we discussed about functional dependency. We understand what is functional dependency, what are the different types of functional dependency, and at that time I already told you that while discussing the concept of normalization, the concept of functional dependency is very important. If you understand the concept of functional dependency, then you can able to understand the concept of normalization, because normalization is totally depend on the concept of functional dependency. So before discussing what is normalization, first of all we should know why do we require normalization in the database. Okay, normalization is a term, but why we require normalization in the database? Suppose normalization is not there, what will happen in the database? So that thing I will demonstrate with the help of example. Now here you can see this is a one table I have created. It consists of two kinds of information. One is a student information and second one is a subject information. So this is what a table I have created, having roll number, subject, fees, phone number and attendance. These are the attributes of this particular table. So in this table, do you find that any problem is there? Can you imagine what kind of problem face in this particular table? What kind of problem you face? Whether this table is correct, whether this design is correct or not? What do you think? So I can say we are facing lot of issue in this particular table. So what kind of problem we are facing in this particular table? So we are going to face three problems. One is a insertion problem, second one is a deletion problem, third one is a updation problem, and also we are going to face a problem of inconsistency, because these three types of problem leads to inconsistency in the table. So I can say broadly four types of problem or four problem we are facing in this particular table. So we discuss about first problem, that is insertion problem. So now how you are facing insertion problem? As I told you earlier that in this table two types of information is there, student information is there and subject information is there. Now I can say that this is a table which I have created for particular institute. For particular institute I have created this particular table. Okay, I have created the table for this particular institute, and now I want to add or I want to launch a new subject, or I want to launch a new course. Okay, I want to launch a new course in that particular institute. So in that case what I am doing, I am going to write subject name as a VB and its fees is 1800. So at that time I didn't have any information about the student, because this course is totally newly launched, so no student have been enrolled in that particular course, so I didn't have any information. So here I am facing the issue that roll number field is null, phone number field is null, and attendance field is also null. And one thing you need to keep in your mind, that whenever null value is present in the database, it creates a problem. Null value always creates a problem in the database, so you need to make sure that always there should be some data should be there instead of having null value. So while inserting information about course, I am facing issue over here, because at that time I didn't have any information about the student. So what I need to insert over there? So I am facing insertion problem over here. Now second is a deletion problem. So where you face a deletion problem, suppose I decide to delete a information for a student with roll number 102. So what I will do, I will just delete the row number 2. So it not only deletes the information of the student, but it also deletes the information of a subject, or you can say delete the information of a course as well. So in this case I am going to miss the information of Oracle and 1500. My intention is to delete information of the student, but unknowingly I am also losing the information of course. So this is what a deletion problem. I intend to delete one kind of data, but I will lose another kind of data also. This is called as a deletion problem. Then the third kind of problem is a updation problem. Now here roll number 102 is repeated for 2 times in second row and fourth row. Suppose I have decided to change the phone number of a student having roll number 102. So in that case I am going to change the phone number in second row. So instead of having 234, new phone number is 123. So I have updated over here, but whether it is enough to make updation in the second row? No, I need to update in fourth row also. That means I need to update it for multiple times. Now in this case only 2 rows are there, so I can update it very easily. But can you imagine, in a particular table, suppose that student have enrolled for 10 courses, and suppose I want to change the phone number of the student. So in that case what I need to do, I need to update the 10 rows. So it is time consuming, it's a difficult one. So it is a updation problem. Okay, and just because of this updation problem also inconsistency problem may arise. Okay, now I will tell you how inconsistency problem can be faced in this particular table. Now just imagine a situation that I am going to update the phone number of a student of second row, means 102 is present in second row and fourth row. So in the second row only I have updated this phone number from 234 to 123, but I have not updated the information of phone number in fourth row. In that case 234 remains as it is. So in that case I am facing issue. Suppose somebody is referring, instead of referring this updated phone number, old phone number. So in that case you face a problem. So this is what a inconsistency is faced in this particular table. So these are the various problems that may arise. Suppose this table is not normalized, suppose normalization concept is not applied on this particular table, then this kind of problem arises in that particular table. So how to get rid of this problem? So what I will do, I just divide this table, I just decompose this one large table into 3 sub table. Okay, I have done this decomposition, and now check whether we get rid of this problem of insertion, deletion, updation and inconsistency or not. So what is first issue? We want to insert information of only course but not for the student. So here you can see I have this subject table where I can easily add information of only course. So at that time it didn't force me to add information of student, because initially when course was launched, at that time there will be no student. So in that case I didn't face any kind of issue while inserting a data for course. So my problem of insertion is solved. Now second problem that you face, deletion problem. I need to delete the information of the student only. Okay, I need to delete the information of the student, but I don't want to delete the information of the course. So from this table I can delete the information of the student. Okay, so in this case I am just going to delete the information of the student having roll number 102. From here I will delete this, and from here also delete this, but still course remain Oracle as it is. But in this case suppose I am going to delete the row number 2, then Oracle information is lost. But in this case Oracle and its fees remains as it is. So in this case deletion problem also gets solved. Okay, now the third problem is a updation problem. So in this case we have seen that we need to update twice in the 2 row. But in this case suppose I want to change the phone number of a student having roll number as a 102, by updating only 1 row my problem gets solved. So in this case insertion, updation, deletion, all these problem get solved, and just because of this inconsistency problem also gets solved. And this is what a process of normalization. So what is normalization? Normalization is the process of decomposing one large table into number of sub tables so as to reduce the redundancy. So in this case there will be a redundancy of a data, phone number is repeated, then here student information is also repeated. Okay, so that repetition we have avoided in the normalization. So normalization help us to decompose one large table into number of sub table so as to reduce the redundancy, and redundancy is a major cause which creates a lot of issue of insertion, deletion, updation and inconsistency problem. So that problem is being overcome in the concept of normalization. So in case of normalization you need to remember that we are going to decompose the table, And how we are performing the decomposition? We are performing decomposition in such a way that interrelated data should be present in one table. So here what we can see in this particular table, two types of information is there. One is student information, and second one is a subject information is there. But here you can see we have decomposed all these three information, this information into number of subtables, so my problem gets solved. So let's try to understand what is normalization. See, I need to correlate this concept with that of concept of paragraph that is present in your book or any article. So what do you understand? Why there is a need to create a paragraph, or what is the meaning of creating a new paragraph? If you create a new paragraph, that means concept has been changed. Whatever I want to convey, that meaning is going to be changed in the next paragraph. My concept is going to change. Similarly, in the table, you need to make sure that while decomposing a table, there is no thumb rule how to decompose it. There is no thumb rule. Only thing is that you need to make sure that the data after decomposition means interrelated data should be present in one table. In this case, two types of information is there: subject information and student information. But in this case, that information we have segregated into three subtables so that the problem of inconsistency has been solved. So let's try to understand what is normalization. So the normalization is the process of decomposition so as to reduce the redundancy from a relation. Okay, we need to reduce the redundancy from a relation. That is what my main objective, and it's a process of decomposition, because what we have seen, we have divided this one last table into number of three subtables. Now next is, what are the different objectives of a normalization? So there are three objectives we have considered over here to develop a good database design. Now the question is, what is the meaning of good database design? So I can simply say this is a bad design and this is a good design. Now what is the reason why this is a bad design? Because here we are facing insertion and deletion and updation problem. And why this is a good design? Because in this case there is no issue of insertion, updation, deletion as well as inconsistency. So this is what a first objective of normalization. Second, to make the relation model more informative. Here from this table, looking at this, you can easily say this table consists of information about the subject, this table consists of information about the personal details, and this table represent the information of a student who have opted particular subject. Okay, that means from this particular case, one of the objective to make the relation model more informative. And third one, to avoid the duplication of data and ensure the data redundancy. So in this case, we avoid the duplication of phone number for roll number 102, that is being avoided. So this is what our main objective of a normalization. Now next we'll discuss various types of normal form. So there are various types of normal forms are there. First normal form, second normal form, third normal form, BCNF, fourth normal form and fifth normal form. These are the various types of normal forms are there, and all these normal forms are totally based on the concept of functional dependency. Now we will discuss the various types of normal form one by one. Okay, so here we understand what are the conditions for first normal form, or when we can say that particular table is in a first normal form. This rule is very simple. The means in every column, means if you take intersection of row and column, we should get only single value. Okay, means the domain of an attribute should be atomic. Every attribute should consist of atomic value. Atomic value means single value. If the values in domain of all attribute of a relation are atomic, that means only one value is associated with each attribute. Here you can see for this product ID, four values are there: P1, P2, P3, P4. So in this case, instead of having single value, I have four different values are there for product ID in a single row. So if we take intersection of row and column, we should get only single value. In this case we have single value, but in this case four values are there. In this case also there are four values are there. So this is not allowed in case of a first normal form. So in first normal form, multi-valued attribute are not allowed. So in short, how to check whether given table is in a first normal form or not? If you take intersection of row and column, you should get only single value. But in this case, suppose we take intersection of row and column, we are getting four different values. That's why we can say that this table is not in a first normal form. So in order to bring this table in a first normal form, what we need to do, we need to perform decomposition. Now let's see here what we have done. We have divided this particular row into four rows. Okay, S120 Latur P1 300. Okay, S120 Latur P2 200, S1 220. So now this table is in a first normal form. If you see here, domain of each attribute is atomic in nature. If you take the intersection of row and column, you are getting only single value. So this is what a condition of a first normal form. Okay, now what we have done, this table is not in a first normal form, and after decomposition we bring this table in a first normal form. Okay, now what are the problem in this particular table? Whether everything is okay? No, here everything is not okay. Here you can see, suppose I want to delete only supplier information, so ultimately I am also going to delete the product information. Suppose I want to delete the product information, I need to delete supplier information also. That means I am facing insertion problem, as well as here I can face a deletion problem. Suppose I want to insert the data of only supplier, but I didn't have any information about the product, so insertion problem is also faced, deletion problem is also faced. So that problem is faced. Okay, so that problem we have solved in a second normal form. Okay, so this is another example that this table is not in a first normal form, because here you can see two values are there. It's a multi-valued attribute is there. Here also multi-value attribute is there. Now here I have performed decomposition, so here only one value is there in every column. So suppose you take intersection of row and column, you are getting only single value. So we can say this table is in a first normal form. This is actually a second example. Okay, now come back to our same example. So what I have told you, that this table is in a first normal form, but it faces a lot of issue. So that problem we overcome in a second normal form. So what are the conditions for a second normal form? First condition is that it should be in a first normal form. You need to keep in your mind that suppose we are discussing next normal form, so it should satisfy the condition for previous normal form. So in this case, this table is in a first normal form. Okay, if when we say that particular table is in a second normal form, if it is in a first normal form and every non-key attribute is fully depend on primary key, that means partial dependency should not be there. In second normal form, what are the things you need to remember? It should be in a first normal form, plus all non-key attribute is fully depend on primary key. That means partial dependency should not be there. So I'll demonstrate this thing with the help of example. Can I say this table is in a second normal form? Let's check whether this table is in a first normal form. Yes, first condition is satisfied. Now check for second condition. What is second condition? Second condition says that no non-key attribute should non-key attribute should fully depend on primary key, or in another way what I told you, partial dependency should not be there. If you remember the concept of functional dependency, there we discussed the concept of total dependency and we discussed the concept of partial dependency. So in order to bring this table in a second normal form, so what is required? The thing is very simple. In this case, we want that partial dependency should not be there. Now we need to check whether partial dependency is there or not. How to check this thing? So for that purpose, you need to first of all decide primary key. What is a primary key for this table? Can I say only supplier number is a primary key for this table? Suppose I say supplier number S1, can I uniquely say 300 as a quantity? No. That's why in this table only supplier number is not a primary key. So the combination of supplier number and product number act as a primary key. So my primary key is formed with two attributes, supplier number and product number. So they are called as a key attribute, whereas status, CT and quantity, they are called as a non-key attribute. Now here in this particular table, we have to check that whether partial dependency exists or not. Suppose I know the supplier, suppose I know supplier number, I can tell the status 20, yes. Suppose I say S1, I can easily tell the status as a 20. That means this non-key attribute is depend on supplier number. Means suppose I know the value of supplier number, I can easily find the value of status. That means in this particular table there exists partial dependency. Why there exists partial dependency? Because out of these two, means when we say that in this particular table there exists total dependency, when both the key attribute, what are the key attributes? Supplier number and product number are the key attribute. Means I am going to use these two attribute to find the value of every other non-key attribute. Then we say that there exists total dependency. But here suppose I know supplier number, I can tell the value of status. Suppose I know the product number, I can tell the value of quantity. That means in this table there exists partial dependency. That's why this table is not in a second normal form. So in order to bring this table into second normal form, what I need to do? I need to perform decomposition, because here I can see two types of information is present in this table. One is a supplier information and second one is a product information. So here I am going to perform decomposition operation. So here I perform decomposition operation and decompose this original table into two subtable. One is a supplier details table and second one is a product details table. Now here we need to check whether these two tables are in second normal form or not. Again our mechanism of checking is same. First of all we need to decide what is the primary key. For the supplier table, what is the primary key? So only supplier number. And suppose my primary key is formed with only single attribute. Okay, suppose my primary key is formed with only single attribute, then there is no chance of having partial dependency. When there is a possibility of partial dependency in the table, when your primary key is formed with more than one attribute, then and then there is a possibility of partial dependency. But in this table you can find that your primary key is formed with only single attribute. So in this case there is no possibility of partial dependency. Okay. Now in the product details table, what is the primary key? What is the primary key over here? Can I say only supplier number is a primary key? Answer is no. In this case only supplier number is not a primary key. So the combination of supplier number and product number, together forms a primary key. So in this case there is a possibility that there can be a partial dependency. When there exists partial dependency, when I am only by using supplier number, suppose I am able to identify the value of quantity, or by using only product number I can able to find the value of quantity, then I can say that there exists partial dependency. So in this case, is it possible that only having supplier number I can tell uniquely the quantity? So answer is no. Only having the value of product number I can uniquely, suppose product is P2, can I uniquely say 200? No, because here 400 is also there. But suppose I take combination of these two, then can I uniquely identify 300? Combination of S1 and P1 gives the value as a 300 uniquely. Yes, that means only combination of these two can be used to find the value of non-key attribute. That means in product details table there exists total dependency. Total dependency means what? All primary key attribute can be used to find the value of non-key attribute. So in product details table there exists total dependency. That's why these two tables are in a second normal form. So I hope you understand the concept of second normal form. Now next is a third normal form. We want to check whether our table is present in a third normal form or not. So first of all we understand the conditions. What are the conditions for third normal form? So again two conditions. First condition is your table should be in a second normal form, and second condition, every non-key attribute is non-transitively depend on primary key. Means non-key attribute should not determine another non-key attribute. Okay. So in short I will tell you what condition you need to remember in third normal form. First condition is that it should be in a second normal form, and second condition is that you need to make sure that no non-key attribute should find the value of another non-key attribute. That means transitive dependency should not be there in a third normal form. Now let's check whether supplier details table is in a third normal form or not. Okay, so let's check. In this case, what is the primary key? Primary key is supplier number. So this is key attribute. Status is a non-key attribute, and CT is also a non-key attribute. But suppose I know the status value, then I can easily tell the value of CT. Status is just like a pin code. Suppose I know the pin code, I can easily tell the name of a CT. So in this case, one non-key attribute can able to find the value of another non-key attribute. That's why supplier details table is not in a third normal form, because third normal form gives two conditions. First condition is that it should be in a second normal form, and second condition is that transitive dependency should not be there. So how to check whether transitive dependency is not there? So in that case, simple thing is there. You need to check whether one non-key attribute can able to find the value of another non-key attribute or not, and this thing is happening in the supplier details table. One non-key attribute status can able to find the value of another non-key attribute CT. That's why this supply details table is not in a third normal form. So in order to bring this table in a third normal form, again what you need to do, you need to apply the concept of decomposition. Now just check whether this product details table is in a third normal form or not. So in this case, what is the primary key? Primary key is formed with two attributes, supplier number and product number. So these two are the key attribute, whereas quantity is a non-key attribute. Okay, whereas quantity is a non-key attribute. Quantity is a non-key attribute. So in this case, is there any possibility of transitive dependency? No. Why? Because only one non-key attribute is there. So there is no possibility that one non-key attribute can able to find the value of another non-key attribute. So we can say that product details table is in a third normal form, but your supplier details table is not in a third normal form. So to bring this table in a third normal form, we need to apply the concept of normalization. Normalization means what? Decomposition. So what we will do, we will decompose. So what we have done, we just decompose this supplier details table into supplier CT relation table and CT status relation table. So here, is there any issue of transitive dependency? No, because in this case only two attributes is there. One attribute is a primary key and another attribute is a non-key attribute. So only one non-key attribute is there. Then there is no possibility that one non-key attribute can find the value of another non-key attribute. So we can say that supplier CT relation is in also third normal form. CT status table is also in a third normal form. So these are the conditions of a third normal form, and product details table is already there in the third normal form. So I hope you understand the concept of first normal form, second normal form and third normal form. Next we are going to discuss about the concept of BCNF, that is Boyce code normal form. Okay, Boyce code normal form, BCNF. Okay, so what are the conditions for BCNF? First condition is same, that it should be in a third normal form. Second, every determinant is a candidate key and no non-key attribute should find the value of key attribute. This is what a important thing you should know about BCNF. When you say that particular table is in a BCNF, first condition is that it should be in a third normal form. Second, no non-key attribute should find the value of key attribute. Okay, now let's check. This is what a diagrammatic representation. We can say that this particular relation is not in a BCNF, but this relation is in a third normal form. This relation is in a third normal form but not in a BCNF. So I will tell you what is the reason. From this, what you understand, this two arrow represent means combination is there. That means in this case primary key is formed with attribute A and B. So A and B is a key attribute, whereas C and D is a non-key attribute. So in this case, by using the combination of A and B, you can easily find the value of C as well as you can find the value of D. So it's okay. So there exists total dependency. That means it is in a second normal form, and no transitive dependency is there. So it is in a third normal form. But this table is not in a BCNF, because in this case one non-key attribute C is able to find the value of key attribute B. That's why this table is in third normal form, but this table is not in a BCNF, because here one non-key attribute is going to find the value of key attribute B. So ultimately what is the solution? Decomposition. Perform decomposition. So here what we'll do, we just decompose this. We decompose this into ABD and CB. So there is no after decomposition C is not able to find the value of B. Okay, C can able to find the value of B, but by means of primary key, but means as a key attribute. In this case, see, in this case C act as a non-key attribute, but in this case C act as a key attribute. Key attribute means what? Primary key. Now let's take a simple example to illustrate the concept of BCNF. Okay, to illustrate the concept of BCNF, we'll take a simple example over here. So here one table is called as a teach. So here we can say combination of student and subject treated as a primary key, and teacher is a non-key attribute. Okay, so this table we want to check whether this table is in a BCNF or not. So in this case we want to check. So these two are key attribute because primary key is formed with the 2, and teacher is a non-key attribute. So suppose I know the value of teacher, can I easily identify the value of subject? Yes. Suppose I say Mark, we can say DBMS. Yes, you can say that. Means teacher, suppose you know the value of teacher, you can easily tell the subject of that particular teacher. That means here one non-key attribute can able to find the value of subject. That's why this table is not in a BCNF, because what is condition for BCNF? Non-key attribute should not find the value of key attribute, but in this case non-key attribute teacher helps to find the value of key attribute subject. That's why this table is not in a BCNF. So as to bring this table in a BCNF, we need to perform decomposition. So here you can see we have decomposed this table into two subtable. Now in this table no non-key attribute is finding the value of key attribute. That's why these two tables are in a BCNF. Okay, that is Boyce code normal form. Okay, so this is what a third normal form. Now the next type of normal form is a fourth normal form. So what is fourth normal form? Again two conditions are there. First condition is that a relation should be in a BCNF, and second, relation should not contain more than one multi-value dependency. So what is multi-value dependency? If you remember in the previous video we discussed about functional dependency. So at that time we discussed the concept of multi-value dependency. Multi-value dependency means what? There exists one-to-many kind of relationship. Okay, now we have to check whether this table is in a fourth normal form or not. So we have to check it first whether this table is in a BCNF. Yes, this table is in a BCNF. Now we have to check whether multi-value dependency exists in the table or not. Means more than one multi-value dependency. Multi-value dependency means one-to-many kind of relationship is there or not. And again more than one multi-value one-to-many kind of relationship should not be there. Then and then you can say that this table is in a fourth normal form. Now let's check between course and teacher one-to-many kind of relationship is there. Yes, course is math and teacher is A and B, so one-to-many relationship. Between course and textbook one-to-many relationship is there. For math textbook is Han and Patterson is there, so one-to-many. Again between teacher and textbook, teacher is a referring book Han, teacher is a referring book Patterson. So there are three one-to-many kind of relationship exist in this particular table. That's why this table is not in a fourth normal form. So to bring this table into a fourth normal form, what you need to do? You need to decompose this table into two subtable. And now see here only one-to-many kind of relationship exists between course teacher and between course and textbook. That's why these two tables are in a fourth normal form. So this is concept of fourth normal form. That means table should be in a BCNF and table should not contain more than one multi-value dependency or one-to-many kind of relationship. Now the last type of normal form is a fifth normal form. So when you say that particular table is in a fifth normal form, again condition is same, it should be in a fourth normal form and it contains joint dependency. So what is the concept of joint dependency? If I decompose one table into three subtable, after combining these three subtables, suppose I am getting original table back, then I can say that there exists joint dependency. So in fifth normal form we require this joint dependency in the table. So this, suppose I decompose this one table into three subtable. Okay. So after joining these three subtables, suppose I am getting this original table back, then I can say that this table is in a fifth normal form. Why? Because it is having a what kind of dependency? Joint dependency. As this table is having joint dependency, that's why this table is in a fifth normal form. And how do you come to know that this table is in a fifth normal form? Because there exists joint dependency. And how I come to know that there exists joint dependency? Because after dividing this table into three subtable, and after combining this three subtable, I am getting original table back. That's why there exists joint dependency. And suppose there exists joint dependency, that means this table is in a fifth normal form. See, fourth normal form and fifth normal form are somehow theoretical in nature, and in general, you can in company standard, suppose your table is in up to third normal form, then it's enough. Suppose your table is in a third normal form, then it's enough. You can say it's a better design of a database. So fourth normal form and fifth normal form are mostly theoretical in nature. So finally, to recall to summarize the concept, I can say that normalization is the process of decomposition so as to reduce the redundancy. There are 6 types of normal form: first normal form, second normal form, third normal form, fourth normal form, fifth normal form, as well as a BCNF. In first normal form, multi-valued attribute should not be there. In second normal form, partial dependency should not be there. In third normal form, transitive dependency should not be there. In BCNF, no non-key attribute should find the value of key attribute. In fourth normal form, more than one multi-value dependency should not be there. And in a fifth normal form, there should exist joint dependency. So I hope you understand the concept of normalization, why there is a need of normalization in the database, and what are the different types of normal forms. Thank you.